Good morning, guys. I am exhausted. I was trying to sleep in today. That was my goal. I went to bed at like 12:30 last night, and for some reason, I don't know if you can see, well, it says 8 a.m. now, but I woke up at about 7:30, and I've just been scrolling on TikTok in bed because whenever I have something that goes viral, I always just like reading all the comments and looking at the notifications, I'm not gonna lie. But since I'm going to try to go back to bed for another hour, I figured, so I don't wake up starving after that, I will do my CJC No DAC and ipamorelin right now, because you're not really supposed to eat on it for an hour after you use it. So here's what we do. I have CJC No DAC, both from Luvion Bio, and then ipamorelin. I drew on this one, so I knew it was a different one than the other one I opened. But anyways, always wipe the top with alcohol wipes. So I'll just show you guys again, just for the purpose of this video. I already did it. I'll do it on the CJC. Let me see if I can get a better lighting. Better lighting. Is this any better? Yeah, I guess this is better. So always wipe the tops with alcohol wipes. I go around the sides of the metal stopper thing, and then I wipe the top of the rubber stopper, just like so. And then we have our insulin needle. So guys, look, this is the size of the freaking needle that you use for peptides. It's so small. It's literally nothing. Like, look at this. You can't even see it. That's how small it is. Hold on. The lighting better. Yeah. Can't even see it. Barely at all. So, don't be scared. It's literally nothing. I did an IM glutathione shot the other day for the first time ever. My nurse friend was watching me through the whole process, but it was so easy. All right, let's see if this is gonna focus. Fucking. This is how you pull the peptides. My dosing says to go to 5 units of CJC and 5 units of ipamorelin. You can figure out your dosing all on ChatGPT, and they have peptide calculators as well. Ipamorelin, I'll just show you guys how you would actually pin this. So I have another alcohol wipe here. I'm gonna go in my side fat. So I normally like to go right over here. So where there's like a little bit of fat, for me, it's my side. So I wipe my side fat with the alcohol wipe, just like so. Get rid of that. And you take your needle, grab about an inch of your side fat here, and just give it a nice little poke, and push, and that's it. Boom. It is the easiest thing ever. Alright, well that did not work the way that I thought it was going to. It's 8:42 now. I didn't fall back asleep. I was just scrolling on my phone. But I'm going to show you what I do every morning. First thing in the morning, besides flex and be happy with how jacked I've gotten recently. On a serious note though, I start my mornings out, where the hell are my freaking cups? Alright, so every morning I start out with about 16 ounces of water, and then I go with electrolytes. Recently I've been using Relight just because they are a little bit cheaper than the like Santa Cruz Medicinals electrolytes. And they do use real salt. So I think you can get like 60 servings for $45 instead of like a 30 for 30. So I go 1 scoop of that. And then I got this creatine. I've been using 5 grams of creatine a day. I will eventually bump it up to 10. I just want to see how high I can go. Because they found that like 20 grams of creatine can go to the brain barrier and benefit a lot of your like, cognitive function. But I get this one just from Costco because it's 135 servings for, I think it was like $20, which is better than the Vitamin Shop. So take 5 grams, put it into the cup with the electrolytes, and then I just mix it and I chug it. Now let's get the day started. Bro, you gotta be kidding me. Dude, they gave me a ticket. It says freaking 10 a.m. to noon.
What?
All right, so to top it off too, my car actually died. I've been having this problem with it's not the battery, it's a new battery, but it's something else. And if I don't start the car every single day, my battery dies. So something else is draining my battery that's not like what you would think the normal, you know, like lights, things like that inside the car. So I just had to jump start my car. Got a ticket. And look at all this street cleaning, bro. Or whatever this is, not street cleaning, construction. So it's like, there's nowhere to really park. So I'm gonna try to find a spot to park and then get our day going. I also didn't feel like doing the glow this morning, so I'm gonna do it now. I have 9 units of glow, which is just, glow is GHKCU, BPC 157, and TB 500. All right, for pre-workout for today, I went a little overboard, but I got this here, it looks super blue. I did a little bit of pump, so 1 scoop of the raw pump. This is pretty basic. I just got it because I wanted something pretty, not that crazy. Dialed Moods packet. This has kratom and caffeine and taurine. So I actually used not cherry lime. It was like a pomegranate flavor to match with the pump. And then I did 10 milligrams of methylene blue, which is why it looks like a Smurf piston here. But yeah, this is just gonna be for straight up focus, straight energy. It kind of feels like an Adderall in a sense of you have like a nice dopamine spike and energy, but you're not getting like all of the crazy anxiety feeling that you would get along with, you know, the spikes of dopamine. So I've been liking this lately. I drink this pretty much every day, which probably isn't great. And then I might actually take another Dialed Moods gummy because I got a lot of laundry to fold today, boys. All right, so my camera battery, or my camera just died when I was at the gym. I forgot to bring the battery that I charged last night to film for today. So I didn't get a lot of clips after the gym, but I am outside of Aldi right now because I'm gonna go pick up some groceries to make lunch with. Some small stuff that I don't have. And then unfortunately, I want cottage cheese and they don't freaking have cottage cheese here. So I'm gonna have to go somewhere else. But yeah, I'll show you like kind of the little haul that I do. All right, the first thing that I'm gonna get, these are absolutely fire. I've been eating like a bag of these a day. They're not low calorie, but they're just cheese, like that's it. So it's a zero, or pretty much zero carbohydrate French fry. You just put in the air fryer and they taste really good. So, would more recommend them for people doing keto, but still good if you just want to diet in general. And I'm also going to grab some of this guac, because their guac's pretty good. Also just remember that I need butter, and they have pretty decent butter. Always, so if you go to Aldi, they have 2 grass-fed butters. They have this one in here, in this little, whatever you call it, canister, and then they have the actual stick. So if you see the stick, Oh, this one's open, but there's no like seed oils in here. This one, for whatever reason, has canola oil. So don't get this one. Always go with an actual like butter stick. And for the main purpose that I honestly come to Aldi, the sourdough bread. They have pretty good sourdough bread. It's like very minimal ingredient. I'll show you. Pretty minimal ingredient, and it's only like $3. I don't know if you can see that, but got these freeze-dried banana things to try. Let's say, are they any good? So chocolate-covered freeze-dried bananas. The ingredients are pretty clean. I still do look for clean ingredient stuff. Yeah, it's pretty good. Most of the Simply Nature stuff that Aldi has is pretty good. Sometimes there's stuff, you gotta look at the ingredients though, because some of it's not. Well, you know. I was gonna go to another grocery store to get cottage cheese, but I have to pee so badly. That's the thing about Retta that I've noticed, is I am peeing like crazy, which is probably because I'm not eating a crazy amount of carbohydrates, and I'm a super low body fat, but I'm probably gonna have to go home and pee first, and then maybe go to another grocery store, so we'll see. So busy trying to make so much TikTok content, I almost forgot to film what I made with the stuff I got from Aldi, so here goes. I got some ground beef, I did half a pound. I have Primal Kitchen dipping, and then ketchup on top of that on the beef, as well as like everything bagel seasoning, which I put on all of my food pretty much. I have avocado toast here with sourdough bread and guac. And then I have the cheese fries that I got from Aldi, which are freaking fantastic. Dip them in ketchup. And you cannot have a better meal than this. I could eat this every day. And sometimes I do. Not because I want to be strict, but it just tastes good. Like, you get used to this being, you're like, wow, that's fucking great, and it's good for you. So, I also got a Zevia to wash it down. Alright, so since I have not done much since the grocery store besides make TikTok content, because I'm honestly trying to just hammer out the TikTok content right now, and then probably, you know, post a YouTube video here and there, but I figured I would talk about my current stack that I've been on for the peptides and just kind of go over like what I think of them so far. So hold on, let me just grab them. This is everything that I am using. I've been getting my peptides from Luvion Bio. I'm going to give a shameless plug. You can use code SWAB on their website. I forget what the discount code is because I barely make any money off it, but you guys get free backwater, like free little backwaters that I showed earlier. So it's worth using. First thing, this is my second favorite, honestly, not my favorite. Second favorite, Milano Tan 1. I started out with Milano Tan 2, but I was getting freckles on my face. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can. These freckles here. These freckles here. It's not that they're new, it's just they darken. So you guys all have freckles that you can't see, and Milano Tan 2 will bring those or darken them and bring them out. Once you stop, they are said to go away, but I just switched over to Milano Tan 1, which also it said that they could fade more. I'm just happy that more have not darkened. So Milano Tan 1, I have not noticed any more freckle darkening, but Milano Tan 2, I did. It's because ChatGPT told me to use a certain amount that was the low end, but it was still high. Instead of using 250 micrograms a day, I should have started out with like 50 or 100. So if you're gonna do Milano Tan 2, just note that you should probably start really low. I would say this is probably my favorite peptide. This is, I guess, one of the newest ones I've started, Retta. So it's called GLP-3 on Luvion Bio. I think you could see. Hold on, make sure. Yeah, I think that's clear. GLP-3, but it is retatrutide. So retatrutide is a triple agonist. So it is a GLP-1, which is like Ozempic, so it just slows digestion. It is a GIP and a glucagon agonist, like I said before. So basically what it does is it's going to slow your digestion. It is going to make you burn more calories. Technically, it does make you burn more calories. That's why people that work out use retatrutide and not like tirzepatide or Ozempic. That's what retatrutide's, like cutting edge is for people in the fitness world.
It's also really good for cravings, people that struggle with binge eating. It helps you disassociate dopamine with sugar and food like that. So it's very easy to not get the same cravings from like even nicotine. It helps with that stuff too, like vices, we'll call them. So I've definitely noticed that. I've also noticed that it's helped my focus. I feel a lot more focused now on this than I did. I feel like it's kind of solved like ADHD and ADD problems that maybe I was suffering with that I didn't really know about. I was thinking some Max would do that, but this is definitely way more of a stronger effect when it comes to the focus. It's not just like a dopamine fluxes up and down. It's more just like clear-headed focus, like a very stoic concentration, if that makes sense. And then I think that's everything. I think that's everything that I said that it does. So yeah, Reddit is a freaking beast, man. It's a powerhouse. And then, so I'll show you. These are just the ones that I haven't opened yet. So I also use ipamorelin from Luvion. Let's see here. I also use ipamorelin from Luvion, and I stack the ipamorelin with. No, that's not it. That's another. With CJC. No DAC, which I showed you guys earlier. So I do that twice a day. I do 100 micrograms of each morning and night. The tricky part is at night you have to eat 3 hours prior to taking it to make sure your body's digested. Sometimes I do too because I'm digesting food sometimes a little faster. And then I use Glow. So Glow, you guys remember from my last video, I said I was going to start Glow. BPC 157, GHKCU, and TB 500. I do plan on going to just plain GHKCU, which is right here. So I went through one cycle of Glow. I'm going through a second vial, and then I'm going to switch to GHKCU. Because GHKCU, you can run indefinitely from the studies. There's no conflicting hazards. It's just the BPC 157 and the TB 500, which could potentially, be at risk if you run them for too long of a period. So it's said to cycle like 8 to 12 weeks off. So I'm going to do about 8 or 10 weeks on the Glow, go to GHKCU for probably like 8 weeks, and then maybe do the Glow again if I feel like I need any pain resolved or anything like that from the BPC 157 and the TB 500 because they support tissue repair. Other than that, that is pretty much all of the stack that I am currently running. I'm very happy with it. I don't know if you guys can tell by the way I'm speaking. I feel like my thoughts are more just like constructed. I feel like I can speak better. I'm clear-headed. I can focus more. And yeah, I feel really great overall. I have no complaints. Some people, like my friends and my mother, was very concerned when they started seeing my posts about peptides, and they're just like, dude, you gotta chill. But I have no complaints. I'm very happy with them so far, and you might be thinking, Nick, are you worried about the future side effects and blah, 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 blah? Like, yeah, maybe there is a potential of a tumor. If somebody has a cancerous tumor, potentially it could grow it and make it worse. But I'm going to hope as a healthy 26-year-old man, I'm going to be 26 next week, or maybe will be 26 by the time I upload this, that I don't have any cancerous tumors in my body right now. That being said, if you have the money and you are very, very curious and want to be extra safe, go get a check. Go get a full body scan where you can see for the tumors. I don't even know what that would be called. Maybe an MRI. I'm not a doctor, so I'm not sure. I'm just a dude who likes peptides and likes to research and experiment on themselves. So if you guys do have any questions about peptides, you can message me on TikTok or Instagram, or you can leave a comment on this video, and I'll be happy to answer. Other than that, I think that is going to be it for this video. I will be sure to try to be consistent on YouTube. Maybe like every couple of weeks I'll upload, just updating you guys on my training. As you can see, I've made a lot of progress in the last 2 months. My peptide journey, what I continue to do, what I change. I don't think any gear is in my future right now. I think I'm just hyper responding to peptides, and I might as well stay there. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. It was nice to see all of you again and checking in, and I will see you guys in the next video.